monogamy, polyamory, or poly, swinging and or swingers. You may have heard these terms floating around and are not quite sure what they mean. If you have been curious about what all of these terms mean, then this is the video for you. I am going to define and break down the real deal with what all of these terms mean. Now, relationships ain't a one size fit all, y'all. Some people are all about that one person for life vibe, while others are out here, redefining love on their own terms. Now, you've probably heard about sister wives, swingers, open relationships, and polyamory. But what really separates poly from swingers from monogamy, I am going to break down and define the real deal. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Davina, and I am the relationship guru. And on Tuesdays, we answer questions that connect the relationships we have with ourselves to others and to other things. We keep it real, we keep it raw, and we keep it relatable. So I'm so glad you tuned in today. Now, in order to break down the real deal on what sister wives, swingers, open relationships, and polyamory are all about, I need you to go ahead and like, subscribe to this video. Now, go ahead and hit that notification bell too. Go ahead, I'll wait, and I'll see you in about 5 seconds. Thank you again for being here. I am so excited to bring this to you because this has been a topic that has been on my list to discuss. So let's break down all of these terms. First, let's define monogamy. Most people like monogamy. Monogamy is having one romantic and one sexual partner, meaning they stay loyal to one person at a time. When things don't work out, they move on and repeat the cycle. Now, society tells us that that is the right way, but history and culture shows us it ain't necessarily true for everyone. Some communities practice polygamy, where one person, usually a man, has multiple spouses or partners. Sounds like a reality show waiting to happen, right? It does sound like some stuff we see on TV. Well, it actually happened in our history. So it actually happened first in the Bible. Now here's the game changer, and here is the thought process for some people. Here's the real difference between non-monogamy and what is considered straight up cheating. And it is one word. That word is consent. 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 Now, if everyone involved is on board and knows what is going on, that is one thing. That is consent. When everyone is not on board and does not know about others, that is what breaks the trust, and that is what is considered cheating. I always say, don't take away a person's choice or a person's ability to choose by lying. Now, it's usually not about the sex that breaks the trust. It is the lying that breaks the trust. Now, for different people have different definitions of cheating too. Some say watching porn is a no-no and is cheating, while others are cool with it if their partner is watching pornography or is having a side fling, as long as emotions don't get involved. Why does this work? This works because people get to set their own rules. You set your rules, respect the rules, and stick to your own rules. Now, let's move on to some of the non-monogamy relationships. I'm going to start with swinging or swingers. Now, most swingers define this as just sex, no feelings attached. Swingers keep it strictly physical. It's about hooking up with other couples or singles, usually in a social setting. like private parties or special events. Now, some couples like to watch and some like to join in, but the golden rule is no emotional attachment. It's just all fun, no drama. Now, open relationships. Let's define that. Some people define that as custom rules but no boxes. Open relationships come with some flexible guidelines. Some couples only allow hookups while on vacation, like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, or while others may have a full don't ask, don't tell policy. Unlike swinging, open couples might form one on one connections, but how deep they go depends on the couple's agreement. Polyamory. Some people like to define polyamory as love in all directions. Now, polyamory is where things get a little layered. It can get real layered. Now, polyamory is not just about sex. It's about multiple romantic relationships happening all at the same time, with everyone knowing and everyone consenting. A poly person might have a main partner, a couple of side pieces, and a casual lover. It can be complicated, but the common thread is honesty and consent for everyone. Polyfidelity. Now, this is a closed, multi-person relationship. So it's like thinking of monogamy, but with more than two people. A throuple, or a three-person relationship, or even a larger closed group commits to only each other. No outside flings, no extra lovers. It is still non-monogamy, but it's with boundaries that you set in stone. Now, relationship anarchy. Now, this is no rules, no labels. Some people don't like labels or society's expectation about love and relationship. Relationship anarchy, they do what works for them, whether that's a deep friendship, romantic connections, or a mix of both. They reject the idea that romantic relationships should be more important than just friendship, and every connection is unique. So basically, you are making up rules as you go, or there is no rules, depending on the unique connection. Now, it's all about communication and respect. Ain't no right way to do relationships. It's just whatever is the right way for you. Now, whether you are monogamous, polyamorous, or poly, or still figuring things out, the real deal is that you have some type of foundation and knowledge. The foundation is trust, honesty, and mutual agreement or consent. Now, if everybody involved is cool with how you set things up and how you want things to go, then cool, do your thing. Now, if there are secrets, if there are lies, and if there's manipulation, then you don't have honesty and consent and mutual agreement from everyone. All in all, relationships ain't about following a blueprint. It is about building exactly what works for you and your people. Now, stay locked in because it's always going to be interesting on Tuesdays. So I'll catch y'all next time, and ciao for now.